get into Becky Lynch and Trish Stratus contract signing, because I was a big fan of this, but apparently not everybody was. So we'll get into that in a second. So first of all, I love that Becky came out and was in a mix of big time Becks and the band. I loved that. I was totally here for the fashion, the glasses, whatever. I thought this was a good segment. I thought it was cool. I didn't even realize that this was Trish's first contract signing. She talked about how Becky claims that she is it. And then she hit her back and said, well, Trish was it when she came into WWE and didn't need a broken nose to get her there. And I was like, oh, snap.
Yeah, that was a good start on the haymakers. I'll let you keep going. Run that down.
And then she said, what's going to happen to you after Night of Champions? Like, you know, you had to go and take time off because of whatever was going on with you, blah, 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 blah. Felt like Becky came out with a fire. We talked about this. I thought this was a really great moment. So I don't understand why people felt the opposite. I felt like Becky has been doing her best work on the mic recently, and this was just another example of it.
Oh, 100%.
She gets on there. She thanks Trish for showing her exactly what she hopes she never becomes. She said, you can stab people in the back, but I will punch you in the face every time. And I was like, Queen. And then I also wrote down her little spiel. She said, you're vapid, I'm passion. Man. You're trashy, I'm soul, heart, and fashion. I was like, Queen. She said, you're cold, I'm hot, I'm it, you're not. And I was like, that might have been a little rehearsed, but it's okay because
that's what I hear.
It was just good.
Bars.
And then I loved her little kind of like callback moment. I liked that she mentioned the, you know, barking like a dog thing. So
yeah, that popped me hard. I loved it.
So obviously to me this feels like an old school feud, but a lot of people were not as receptive to this segment last night. Why do you think people weren't into it?
My biggest thing I would say is how over the top it felt like Trish was with what she was saying. So, you know, that could kind of come off as like, oh, you're trying so hard. You know, you're just trying to get a reaction or whatever. But she wasn't at all. I mean, what Trish was doing was very baiting. It was a very like trying to bait Becky to hit her or something. It's like classic heel strategy, motives, maneuvers that you would do in a contract signing.
Yeah.
And everything she was saying was just to get her under her skin just a little bit. I mean, like the Irish jig, you could see Becky just doing a little that, like smiling a little bit. Because of course, like, oh, nice one. Good job. You got me. And the way it worked out where Trish thought she had her and really put her in her place. And then Becky just, you're scared, Trish. And to play that quiet confidence card and then just annihilate her with the, you know, the whole promo and whatnot. It really made the match feel that much more important. Like I'm more excited for this match now than I was last week, hands down.
People were, you know, saying that they felt like it was a rough moment. I don't see that. And I think part of it is because, I mean, Trish has never been somebody who is like amazing on the mic, but a lot of the women of that era never were, and they weren't expected to be. So, I mean, I think that people need to remember that too. Like they were supposed to be, for the most part, like eye candy and whatever. Like they weren't supposed to be these like amazing actresses and amazing in the ring. The whole point of why Trish is a legend is because she helped change the idea of what a woman in WWE was. I think that they've done a great job at making this feel like a lot deeper rooted than what it originally started at, because it was the whole point of Trish and Lita joining Becky was very random to begin with. So I feel now we have this this apparent base for why Trish came back. This is like her whole thing, right? But I feel this is something that people talk about all the time. Anyway, this is an argument that people have that this generation of women's wrestlers in WWE are way better than the legends. Like they're way better than Trish and Lita and this and this and that. And they've kind of played off of that. I think that they've done a good job. They've been talking about things that people say online. And I think that Trish has done a good job at making you feel that she actually feels this way about herself. Was trying to think like, am I just biased? Like, am I just biased? And that's why I think that this was good, because obviously I like both of them. I don't know, but
No, I'd tell you straight up, Sarah, if I didn't like it. And I thought it was actually fantastic, the whole
yeah.
segment. I thought
Yeah,
it was a
I thought
great
so.
build.
Me too. I thought it was the perfect thing to do because, like I said at the beginning, I felt like there wasn't a lot of exciting moments to make you more excited for the show on Saturday, but that was one of them that I feel like that match feels more important than Bianca Asuka, than Rhea Natty. And it's not
forgot
even
Bianca
and it's not even for
Asuka.
a championship on the Night of Champions pay-per-view. You know, like this women's match feels more significant than those. And I think that says a
For sure.
lot. I think that that means that they've done a good job.